Greetings, friend. Yes, I'm speaking to you. How do you begin your day? Do you rise and immediately reach for your phone, scrolling endlessly before your mind fully awakens? If this sounds familiar, listen closely, as you may be surrendering control before your day even starts. Many people wake and instantly pick up their devices. Their minds are overtaken by notifications, social media, news, and the endless clamor of the outside world. From the very first moment, they relinquish control over their emotions, thoughts, and focus. In contrast, imagine the small group who start their mornings with clear purpose. No scrolling, no rushing, no impulsive reactions, just calm, presence, and inner clarity. They rise not in chaos, but with mastery. They claim their mornings, and in doing so, they command their entire day. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, reflect on the privilege of being alive, breathing, thinking, enjoying, and loving." Yet why do so few live this way? Because most forget that the morning is your sacred domain. It is a precious space to govern or to lose. Those who let it slip into noise, emotions, or disorder merely chase the day instead of leading it. But those who master their mornings guide their emotions and choices. Ultimately, they shape their lives. This message calls you to join that select group, not because you are better than others, but because you refuse to live below your potential. Ancient Stoics didn't merely pass through their days. They prepared for them with intention. They didn't wait for inspiration. They created action. Instead of asking, "What will today bring me?" they asked, "What can I bring to this day?" In this video, I'll share 7 Stoic morning practices that few follow, but that empower those who do to take charge of their lives. These are not mere morning routines. They are not flashy or superficial. They are principles of mind, heart, and spirit rooted in Stoicism, designed to make your mornings meaningful, your actions purposeful, and your life unstoppable. Follow along, as each step builds on the last, awakening you in new ways. You'll see that the morning is not just a time of day. It is the foundation of your personal freedom. Share this affirmation in the comments. I master my mornings. I master my life. Like this video, leave a comment, and share it with someone who needs it. If you're new here, subscribe and enable notifications. Let's begin. First, rise with discipline, not motivation. Most wait for motivation to act in the morning. They think, if I feel inspired, I'll rise early. Or, if I'm in a good mood, I'll exercise, reflect, or plan. But a Stoic acts regardless of feelings. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "At dawn, when you struggle to leave your bed, tell yourself, 'I must work as a human being.'" This simple statement holds profound truth. The purpose of life is not to sleep through it, but to live it fully. The first secret of the most disciplined is this: they rise through commitment, not mood. They don't argue with themselves or negotiate with the alarm. They simply get up. No drama, no excuses. Why does this matter? Your first decision each morning shapes the person you become. When you hit snooze, you choose a weaker version of yourself. When you rise on time, you choose a stronger one. You're not just waking up, you're practicing your identity. This is true Stoicism, living as your best self. It's not about feeling disciplined, but acting disciplined. especially when you don't want to. This builds inner strength. Over time, your mind grows stronger than your emotions. Your body follows your will. Your energy aligns with your purpose. Even on days when you're tired, anxious, or uninspired, you rise because you've made a promise to yourself. That promise builds trust in yourself, and that trust multiplies your strength. How do you start? Set a fixed wake-up time and guard it as if your life depends on it. Never hit snooze, not even once. When you wake, get up immediately. This signals to your body, it's time to act. Speak a bold phrase aloud, such as, "Forward, now. This day belongs to me." If you can silence the weak voice in your mind at 5 a.m., you can silence it anywhere. Most people haven't even opened their eyes yet. Your morning doesn't need to be elaborate. It just needs consistency. Remember, you rise not because you feel like it, but because it's who you are. Share this affirmation in the comments. Discipline is my alarm clock. Second, take control of your first hour in silence. When you wake, who's in charge, you or your phone? Notifications, other people's problems, most roll over. Unlock their screens and let the world invade their minds. Before their feet touch the floor, their thoughts are hijacked, scrolling, comparing, reacting. In that moment, they've already lost the day. But those who live with purpose do the opposite. They begin their day in stillness. No music, no messages, no distractions, just quiet. Epictetus said, "If you wish to improve, be content to seem foolish about external matters." In other words, don't worry if silence feels odd. Don't fear missing out, for in that stillness, your strength takes shape. Your mind is most receptive in the morning. It's open and impressionable. Everything you take in right after waking shapes your entire day. If you start with noise, you may carry chaos all day long. But if you dedicate just 10 minutes to peace, you give your mind space to breathe, reset, and focus. What do the strongest among us do? They sit up in bed. They close their eyes. They feel their breath. They notice their thoughts without chasing them. They ask simple yet profound questions. What energy do I want to bring today? How would my best self act this morning? This is what Stoics call prohairesis, the inner freedom to choose your response, no matter what the world throws at you. Try this tomorrow morning, before touching your phone. Sit in stillness. Do nothing. Just be with yourself. You'll be surprised at what happens over time. You'll react less impulsively, think more creatively, and feel more grounded. Even if the day grows chaotic, you'll move through it like a calm storm because you didn't let your morning be stolen. You owned it. Silence isn't empty. It's the space for answers, control, and strength. True clarity never comes from noise. It always rises from within. Share this in the comments if you're committed to guarding your peace. Silence gives me strength. Third, prepare for the day before it begins. Be honest, life rarely goes as planned. You may have your schedule, tasks, and mindset ready, but then something disrupts it all. Someone says something thoughtless, plans fall apart, traffic delays you, or an email ruins your mood before 9 a.m. That's the reality. Most people let these moments derail them, but Stoics prepare to meet them, not out of pessimism, but through readiness. an ancient Stoic practice called premeditatio malorum, reflecting on potential challenges, equips them to face life's obstacles. This isn't gloom, it's a rehearsal for life before it unfolds. Seneca taught that foreseeing difficulties strips them of their power. When you anticipate challenges, they don't overwhelm you when they arrive. You face them as if you've already been through them once. The most resilient don't just live through their days. They mentally preview what might come. They envision what could go wrong, not in panic, but with calm clarity. Perhaps someone will interrupt me. I might lose patience in traffic. Someone may misunderstand me. I could feel tired or uncertain. Then they ask, how will I respond if this happens? This builds emotional strength before the day's challenges arise. Try this simple exercise. After your morning silence, ask yourself, what might challenge me today? Which emotions might arise that I need to manage? How would my best self handle that moment? Write it down or reflect quietly. Either way, it's powerful because when life unfolds as it often does, you won't freeze or falter. You've rehearsed it already. You don't react impulsively. You respond with wisdom. This is the heart of Stoicism, not controlling life, but controlling yourself within it. This mindset brings a calm that others rarely achieve. You enter meetings with confidence. You face delays without anger. You hear criticism without crumbling. You maintain composure. That's your strength, not perfection or forced positivity, but preparedness, because you've faced the day in your mind before it begins. Share this affirmation in the comments if you're ready to meet life head-on. I am prepared. I stay steady. 4th, anchor yourself with a Stoic morning reminder. Every great leader, warrior, or philosopher returns to a guiding principle each morning, a core truth, a reminder of who they are. Ordinary people wake up and forget who they aim to be. Stoics wake up and remember. Marcus Aurelius wrote daily in his meditations, not to impress others, but to keep himself grounded. His words were personal reminders to live with strength and calm. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is your morning anchor, a truth you repeat daily before the world distracts you. Here's why this matters. Each morning, your sense of self is fragile. Before emails, opinions, or pressures flood in, you must remind yourself who you are, or the world will define you. Instead, those who live with clarity and control use this practice. They choose or create a Stoic phrase and repeat it every morning. It's not just motivation, it's a foundation. It brings you back to your core. Examples include, I cannot control what happens, only how I respond. Today is a gift. I won't waste it on distractions. What matters most is how I carry myself. I live for truth, not to please others. You don't need many phrases, just one guiding truth. Say it aloud. Write it down. Make it your compass. Because if you wake up anxious, scattered, or directionless, it's often because your mind lacks a clear path. It wanders, but starting with clarity creates momentum. You approach every task with purpose. You face challenges with balance. You stay composed under pressure because your mind isn't guessing, it's anchored. Try this tomorrow. After waking, sit quietly and repeat your chosen Stoic truth 5 to 10 times. Say it with conviction. Let it resonate within you. Don't just speak it, embody it. Over time, this becomes your mental armor. When life shakes you, that reminder, pulls you back to strength. If you don't define yourself daily, the world will confuse you. Don't let that happen. Share this affirmation in the comments. I anchor my mind in truth. 5th, take charge of your mind before the world does. Your mind is most impressionable in the first hour after waking, so ask yourself, who gets access to it first? For many, it's strangers online, uncontrollable news, trivial conversations, or opinions that make them feel small. Seneca warned that we suffer because we allow ourselves to be persuaded into discontent. Instead of letting the world shape them, Stoics shape their own minds first. Here's how. After your morning silence and anchoring truth, spend 5 to 10 minutes writing your thoughts. This is for you alone. Ask, what am I feeling now? What must I let go of? What am I grateful for? Which virtue, patience, courage, discipline will I practice today? You don't need to write pages, just a few honest lines. This creates a private space for self-awareness, where thoughts meet truth. It's a reminder I control how I think. I don't carry yesterday into today. I don't need to match the world's energy. I can create my own. After just a few days, you'll notice a change. Your mind sharpens. You spot triggers that unsettle you. You react less emotionally. You catch anxiety creeping in and choose better thoughts faster. This is how Stoics build mental strength, not by ignoring emotions, but by understanding, examining, and replacing them with clearer thinking. That's why the wisest don't just wake early. They use the morning to do the real work of mastering their inner world. If you don't guide your mind, the world will use it against you. You weren't born to be a slave to moods, triggers, or impulses. You were born to lead your mind with clarity, patience, and discipline. Use those first moments to claim your authority. Share this affirmation in the comments. I guide my mind before the world interferes. 6th, move your body to awaken your mind. A Stoic knows body and mind are allies, not separate. If your body is idle, your mind grows sluggish. If your body is alert and strong, your mind rises with it. That's why the mentally resilient never start the day without movement, not for appearance or pride, but because movement is the first act of self-respect. Marcus Aurelius asked, were you made to huddle under blankets? This isn't judgment, it's a call to action. It's a reminder that your body was made to move, to meet the day with vigor, to act with strength rather than idleness. You don't need a 2-hour workout to excel. You need momentum. You need movement. You need to signal to your mind that you weren't created for comfort. You were created to lead. Why is morning movement so powerful? It transforms your state instantly. Blood flows. Your heart engages. Energy surges. Your sense of self sharpens. Mental lifts. The part of you that wants to linger in bed begins to fade. Stoics see physical movement as a way to train the will. Epictetus taught that disciplining the body is disciplining the soul. The first steps, push-ups, stretches, or even a cold shower, these aren't just about fitness, they're proof of control. You're showing yourself, I do hard things, even when I don't feel like it. That's leadership. That's self-mastery. Most people never train their will. They train for comfort. They cultivate weakness. Then they wonder why their lives feel unsteady. Here's your challenge each morning. Move your body for just 10 minutes. Stretch. Do push-ups. Jump in place, walk quietly, or splash cold water on your face. It doesn't need to be intense, just intentional. Your body isn't a side note in this journey. It's the vessel for your discipline. When you train it each morning, you step into the world feeling unstoppable because you've already conquered something before breakfast. 7th, practice being the person you aspire to be. The final secret of the most resilient isn't what they do, but who they become. Each morning, before facing the world, they rehearse in their mind the person they want to embody. This isn't pretense, it's living with purpose. Seneca said, "We don't lack time to live, but we waste too much of it." Wasting time isn't just scrolling or watching videos, it's living without intention, reacting by habit instead of reflection, being led instead of leading. So, the wisest start each morning with this practice. They ask, how would my best self act today if someone observed me all day? Would I be proud of how I moved, spoke, and managed my emotions? Where must I be stronger today? How will I face those challenges? This is mental rehearsal, shaping your identity before the day begins. Try this. Picture yourself entering your workplace or community with calm confidence. See yourself staying composed in a disagreement. Imagine choosing patience over frustration, speaking with clarity and conviction. This creates a mental blueprint, like a rehearsal for the real performance. Why does this matter? Most people get swept up in the energy around them. Stoics generate their own. They step into chaos and remain steady. They meet aggression with strength, fear with action. They don't pretend they've practiced this daily. Over time, this identity becomes part of you. You become someone who doesn't panic, speaks truthfully, and acts with purpose. You don't just have good mornings, you build a great life. Many overlook the morning as insignificant, but the wise know it's everything. How you wake shapes your mindset, mood, momentum, and life's meaning. If you don't master your morning, someone else will. If you don't guide your thoughts early, chaos will take over. If you don't discipline yourself before sunrise, life will do it for you. And it won't be gentle. Stoics aren't just philosophers, they're warriors of the spirit. They don't waste time or squander mornings. They live with deliberate repetition, reminding themselves daily of what matters, who they want to be, and how they'll act, no matter what life brings. Let's review the 7 morning secrets of the most resilient. First, rise with discipline, not motivation. Second, claim your first hour in silence. Third, prepare for the day before it starts. Fourth, anchor yourself with a stoic reminder. Fifth, guide your mind before the world does. Sixth, move your body to awaken your mind. Seventh, practice being your best self. These aren't tricks, they're tools for transformation. Don't try to do them all at once. Start small, but start today. One small morning change can shift your life's direction. You don't need to be perfect, just awake. Truly awake to your values, actions, and purpose. Let today be the last day you wake up like any other, and the first day you rise as one of the resilient. Like this video, comment on the truth that resonates most. Share it with someone who needs it. And subscribe. Share this final affirmation: I wake as one of the resilient. I lead my life with stoic strength.